I'm Mark Allen with KSSL Sports, and I am visiting with the Southland Eagles head coach, Coach Craig Hamilton. Southland is advancing into by-district play in the playoffs against Amherst. Southland is 6-4 for the season. Amherst is 4-6, and a big game ahead of them right now. They're playing in Meta, and it's going to be Friday at 8 o'clock in the evening time. Coach, what a great victory this past week, and what about all that excitement moving into the playoffs?
Yeah, we went over to Wilson, and finally, we played pretty well last week, and was able to move the ball and, just enjoyed being successful, and that's, this group is really, I think that's really driven us. And I know that sounds a little bit cliche because that's what drives people is to win. But, we were 1-9 last year with the same exact kids. We didn't lose anybody. We brought everybody back, and, they really worked hard in the off season and it came back and, pushed through, and we've reached one of our goals, which was to get in the playoffs.
Well, you've made it in a big way, and of course, like you said, the kids last year and this year are the same, and everything and anything can change in six-man football as you move forward right now. Of course, many players will be back here this next year, but the ball game that we're talking about right now, of course, against Amherst. How are y'all looking right now this week in preparation for the ball game?
Well, this time of year, it's, we're fairly healthy, so coming in, we've gotten most of our practices that have been, pretty good practices. Yesterday is a little cold, so a little tough, but they've came in and they're working hard, getting ready for this ball game.
Offensively, what is your plan of attack on offense from your side?
I think for us, we're going to have to be physical. We're going to have to line up and mash them off the ball, and that's our game plan going in. Is we're going to run the football and we're going to run it in a big way and. And I think they're a little smaller than us up front. They got one or two kids that are fairly good size, but they're a little smaller than us, so we're planning on running the football.
Well, and I know they like to pass on their offense. What are you going to do defensively?
Well, we're going to do a lot of different stuff. We're going to change it up as much as we can just to try to keep them guessing what they're going to do, because the majority of the time they're in a 5-wide set, and then if they're not, they're in a 4-wide set, so it's really, they run it a little bit, but for the most part, we're just going to change formations and keep going with what we do, and, hopefully we can be aggressive enough with them at the line of scrimmage to not give them free releases and get after them.
Well, Coach, we're excited about watching the ball game. It's the Southland Eagles taking on Amherst in Meta, Texas. I'm Mark Allen for KSSL Sports.